So I just saw recently that Good Earth Scents have dropped two new fragrances, and which was slightly unlikely because I didn't think they made fragrances. I'm not sure if they made them in the past, but they have two new ones now. So here they are. I have bought one of them called Zagros. Comes in a beautiful green bag, and just love the design and the aesthetic. It's very beautiful. But onto the fragrance, which is the main part. It also comes very nicely wrapped, and they've also sent a small little something inside. I've ordered one variant, so I think this could be a sample vial of the other one. Right, so we'll check that out a little later. But again, beautiful little paper wrapping. Haven't seen this kind of aesthetic with any brands, especially Indian brands. I mean, certainly not there. Looks really nice. Let's sort of get it out of the packing and do a quick first impressions of sorts. Right. Yeah, sometimes the packaging is too pretty. You don't have the heart to rip it off. Otherwise, it is just regular cellophane. You're like off with its head. Yes, I think what I ordered is Zagros, and the other one is called Isfahan. And I am not too sure about the sort of story behind them, but it seems to have like a slightly old Persia aesthetic. Yeah, so off with paper. It's a beautiful design. The packaging also is slightly textured, so it's not a flat pack. You have some basic info at the bottom. This cost about 10,000 for 100 ml. And yeah, they have some of the standard information that you're legally mandated to put on the backside. Looks like it is not animal tested, which is great, but I think that's pretty much all brands in India, because as an Indian brand you're not allowed to test on animals, right? So off with the cellophane. Okay, I'll do it a little delicately because they put in some amount of effort, right? And yeah, sometimes I just try to use the packaging and like reuse it again to store the box. It's always handy, but yeah, you just struggle with it if you're really trying to be delicate. But it'll be interesting to see how this holds up against the other brands, especially the other Indian brands, because the bar is, I don't know, not too high. I think the other Indian brands that I have sort of experienced is All Good Scents, which is sort of like an Ahmedabad based brand, and then there is Titan Skin, which I think is a really old brand. I mean, I think they're the first ones who started creating fragrances. But okay, yeah, I think one thing, this plastic packaging could be avoided, because we're moving towards the whole zero waste upcycling movement. Yeah, looks beautiful. Let's sort of, okay, take it out and do a quick first impressions. Okay, looks like slightly goldenish inside, and there is the bottle. Beautiful color. The packaging slightly has an aroma of the fragrance. I don't think they intended that, but I think this is like a very beautiful, looks like a gemstone. That sort of green, emeraldish. Bottle really has a nice amount of weight to it. It's written horizontally, Zagros. There is a small sticker at the bottom with some information, and they have good earth scents on the back. All right, let's take the cap off. Cap looks like a standard friction cap, so yeah, sort of expecting magnetic cap at this price point, but all right, yeah, standard friction cap. And that is the sprayer, the atomizer. When you often buy a new fragrance, it will be turned the other way around. I don't know for what reason, but you just flip it around, and let's sort of do a quick first impressions. Okay, 1, 2, yeah. Decent sprayer, nothing to really write home about. Okay. Also to note, these aren't really marketed as masculine or feminine, and I think perfumery should be ungendered, because a rose is a rose is a rose, right? But yeah, if you subscribe to gender in perfumery, then one good thing you should know is that these don't have a gender association with them. I think both Zagros and Isfahan are marketed, I don't think they're calling them unisex, but they're calling out the gender. Right, very beautiful, very green, very piney opening, so almost like walking through a pine forest. But there's a nice mentholated mint green vibe at the beginning. But yeah, I would have to say that the fragrance matches the color of the bottle, and I think also to a certain extent the whole aesthetic, which is like a cheetah running. So yeah, what looks like pine forests and mountains. So very nice, like a nice refreshing green aromatic opening. When I say aromatic, you can also substitute that word for slightly herbal, but not herbal in a bad way. Just very refreshing, very energizing, very green, like a walk in the forest in the winter, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm also going to keep this here because I'm smelling it on a blotter, right? So, but yeah, I think that what I'm getting in the beginning is a lot of pine, and it's an aromatic pine. So from a fragrance family point of view, I would be very tempted to call this, because usually fragrances that are aromatic are also naturally fougères, and fougère is again a sort of old style of perfumery which smells very outdoorsy, very lavender leaning, mossy, very slight, like a nuanced floral heart that's not perceivable, but it's there just for effect. So yeah, I would be very tempted to call this sort of fougère aromatic, very green, very nice fragrance. I don't know, some could also call this a citrus aromatic, because there's also a very nice citrus note up top. Citruses can be of various kinds. I mean, bergamot is a common kind of citrus, but it could also be tangerine, could also be sweet orange, bitter orange, petit grain, which is like sort of the twigs of the bitter orange tree. But yeah, a very refreshing opening. It's very likable at the beginning, so I think as far as the first impressions go, this is a really nice fragrance. I shall probably review it from a point of view of top, mid and base transition, and on skin, because I think on blotters, on paper blotters, it could paint a very different story. But yes, that is Zagros, a beautiful fragrance. Say very green fougère aromatic, and let's just sort of see what they've sent. Okay, product inside, open with care. Right, sure. Yeah, but I like the whole butter paper. It's a nice touch because it's not scented, which is cool. I can find ways to reuse it. Oh, great. Looks like they send sample vials for. Okay, so this is Zagros, so you've seen it. I'll keep this side. This is Isfahan, right? Again, a very beautiful aesthetic, very Persia, and it's nice. Like, beautiful color on the inside. Looks like not your standard packaging material. It has a sort of how should I say, slightly luxurious feel to it. Yes, so probably I will check out Isfahan too and make a small video, but as of now this was Zagros. Until next time.